Alrighty, so I'm going to go over my red trade today on GBP/JPY. So let's get into it. Let's break it down. We're going to start from our higher time frame chart and we're going to work our way down like always. So daily chart, GBP/JPY. All right, so daily chart, what are we looking at here? What is the current market structure that we're operating within? We're operating within a bullish market structure on this daily chart very clearly, right? We broke this swing high, then we put in our swing low level, and we consistently been tagging these highs, right? So it's consistently trending higher. It's very strong at the moment. Okay, is this daily chart clearly bullish? Okay, doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Okay, daily chart bullish. Now let's go down to the 4-hour chart. All right, 4-hour chart. So I'm gonna let you identify it for me. Can you identify where our higher time frame level is on this 4-hour chart? I'm gonna give you a moment to do so. Point it out for me. Right here. So if you've watched my series on support and resistance, you'll know that whenever we have an owed high inside of a fair value gap imbalance, that is many times a very sensitive price point. It's usually respected immensely. So that is our higher time frame point of interest. That is our higher time frame level of support. And then you can see price came down into that level. Let's go down to a lower time frame so we can see it a little bit better. Let's go down to a 30-minute. So boom, right here. You can see this big leg up right here. I mean, literally almost to the penny. It comes down, comes down, comes down. Tested it, boom, right? So we got to shift the market structure. So shift the market structure, fair value gap imbalance, which you can see was created right here. See that? And then you can see it ended up coming down later on in London session this morning. It completely rebalanced that portion of price action, traded down to a discount, completely rebalanced it. And right after rebalancing that price action, right after traded down into a discount marketplace, what happened? Boom, you get a nice, big, explosive move to the upside, right? Cracking high of day, right? Creating another fair value gap imbalance, right? So we're going to mark that as well now. Take off that one, mark this one. Right there, there's our confirmation. And it broke that swing high, shift the market structure. All right, let me put in some day dividers real quick as well. All right, so now I'm on a 15-minute chart. We got our day dividers in, all that good stuff. There is that 30 minutes, and we got a 15-minute fair value gap there as well, as you can see. But we also have a very clean bullish order block on the 15-minute chart. See that? That's a level of support. See that down close candle right there? If you look at my cursor, follow my cursor, that is your bullish order block, okay? So we had our higher time frame level. We had a reaction. This buy side liquidity right here is left untapped. That was my full PT on the play, which we'll go into a little bit deeper here in a second. But that's good as well. I like seeing that high right there was left untapped. So basically, what happened this morning? Well, we had a sell-off right here. Okay, see the sell-off down here. You see that leg lower right there? That is our Judas swing. Okay, that Judas swing took what liquidity? Well, like we've already stated, it rebalanced that price action right there. It rebalanced that price action, sold off into a discount, but it also took a key previous session liquidity. This is London session, remember, and it took Asian session liquidity. See these lows right here? See those relative equal lows right there? Those lows right there were put in during London session, or not London session, Asian session. So this is Asian session. London session took that previous session liquidity. It took that liquidity out of the marketplace. Okay, it rebalanced that price action. Right after doing that, we get a nice explosive move to the upside, breaking high of day. That's very bullish. Then what does price do? It retraces lower because we don't want to be buying up here in a premium. We want discounted prices. We want the best price we can get. We want this point of interest right here, our bullish order block. We want to see it come down, rebalance that price action. It does it right here. Okay. Again, I waited till 7 o'clock. That's my kill zone. And if you look at chat, what did I say? GBP/JPY, nice looking setup, but 8 minutes away from my kill zone. I know some of you may think it's just 8 minutes, just go for it. You know, like what's 8 minutes, right? Remember this. Discipline is a muscle. The more you exercise that muscle, the stronger it gets. If you break your rules once, it becomes easier the next time around. We got to play chess, not checkers, right? So what do I mean by this? Well, sure, I get it. It's just 8 minutes. Okay, it's just 8 minutes, but that matters, okay? Because just like how discipline is a muscle and the more you exercise it, the stronger it gets, the same thing goes with that inner degenerate, that side of you that breaks your rules. The more you break your rules, the more you are lenient with your rules, the more you slack off on following your rules, the easier it's going to get because you're training that muscle as well. You're training that lazy muscle. You're training that or you're training that muscle that lacks discipline, that undisciplined trader, that degenerate trader. You're training that muscle, and the more you train that muscle, the stronger that muscle is going to get. And then before you know it, you're just trading everything outside of your plan. You're not following your plan in the slightest. It's just, and it starts like that. It starts with those little being lenient like that was just a few minutes. It's just a few minutes. It doesn't matter. It's just a few minutes. What's a few minutes, right? It starts with that, and then it spirals into something much greater. Okay, so you got to be very strict, very, very strict. I don't give a damn if it's 1 minute. I don't give a damn if it's 5 seconds. It's got to be in my kill zone. It's not in my kill zone. I'm not taking it. It can rip without me. I do not care. Because what did I say right here? It could ramp up without me. I don't care, because I understand trades are like buses. There's always another one coming. Keeping that discipline is more important. Remember, we got to play chess. We got to think long term, right? So I waited till 7 o'clock, and what do you know? It was still sitting at my level coming into 7 o'clock. So I was able to get an entry. I marked it in. It was still sitting around this this bullish order block right here. So my full PT on this was high of day. Okay, my PT is 9 times out of 10, because this is another question I get. Because sometimes I have people that'll ask me, okay, what's your profit target to be? What's your profit target to be? Okay, if you watch my videos, you know exactly where my profit target is going to be. It really doesn't change much. It's the next key liquidity pool that we got. Okay, so we got a couple of key liquidity pools here. If yesterday's high, so in this case we're bullish, so if yesterday's high, for example, is left untapped, that's a key liquidity pool. Chances are that's gonna be my full PT. If it's not, hasn't been tapped, the bias is bullish, we're consistently trending higher, I want to take out yesterday's highs. That's my PT. Now, if it takes out yesterday's highs, like say during London session, for example, then what do you think my PT is going to be then next? It's going to be high of day. That's a key liquidity pool as well. It really doesn't change. It's really the same exact stuff. So yeah, that was the PT. That was my full PT. Now I figured it was kind of a stretch, because there was no way in hell I was holding through 8:30 news. That wasn't going to happen. Okay, being that it's a major news release, it's unemployment. You don't want to mess with that. You just don't want to do it. So I figured it was have to get going. Then after I saw it chopping around quite a bit, I figured, yeah, it's not going to do it. It's not going to hit high of day. So I ended up bailing right before the news got out for a small L. Okay, it wasn't a full L at all. This was my full stop out point right here, low of day. Why was low of day my full stop out point? Well, for a couple reasons. One, it was beneath that fair value gap below, which is a good place to keep your stop, underneath the fair value gap below. But also it was a low of that key liquidity grab. Okay, because remember, this move down right here grabbed Asian session liquidity. And whenever you have the fair value gap, and then when you also have the key liquidity grab, it's a very, very, very good stop out point. So that was the full stop out point. Again, I bailed right before 8:30, so I was able to cut it very, very small, which was nice. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a nice play. I have no complaints. I'm still bullish on this, by the way, as well, even though it didn't have the move that I wanted. I think it's just a matter of timing based on what I see at the moment, because overall it's still bullish. I mean, it's kind of choppy in here, as you can see. That's basically what's happening right now. It's just chopping around, but there's really no big leg lower. There's really no big displacement lower that's making me change my stance on this thing at the current moment. So I'm still bullish, and we'll see. I got a couple more hours here because I'm making this video at 9:08 a.m. Eastern time. So, I mean, I got a little bit longer here, so it might do a little something for me. Who knows? But yeah, like, I'm still bullish on it. I'm still bullish on it. We still got this buy side right here. We still got high day buy side. I mean, so until price tells me something otherwise, I'm just checking this off as my timing was wrong. My timing was off on it. Still bullish. We'll see what it does.